Welcome back. Well, in the first phase of the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas, the Palestinian militant group has released the first 3 Israeli hostages. The released hostages have been identified and are all women, and in exchange, Israel has released 90 Palestinian prisoners and detainees. So this is part of the ceasefire deal that had been reached upon. Remember, just hours before the ceasefire deal had to come in, Israel had also made it clear that they will go through with the deal only if the details of the hostages are revealed.
We welcomed home 3 hostages, 3 young women, after 471 days in Hamas captivity. Let me tell you about these 3 young women. Romi Gonen, who turned 24 in captivity. Romi was dancing with friends at the Nova Music Festival when Hamas terrorists invaded and attacked the festival. Emily Damari, who turned 28 in captivity. Emily, a dual Israeli and British citizen, was abducted by Hamas from her quiet home in Kibbutz Kfar Aza. And Doron Steinbacher, who turned 31 in captivity. Doron, a veterinary nurse who brutally abducted from her home in Kibbutz Kfar Aza, was still in her pajamas. We cannot imagine the horrors these 3 young women have endured in 50 months of Hamas captivity. Today, we salute and embrace them and their families as they reunite after so long.
So this was the statement that had been issued by Israel after the release of the 3 hostages. Emotional scenes also being witnessed. Let's tell you what we know about the ceasefire deal. Israel and Hamas had agreed for the ceasefire on the 15th of January. The ceasefire agreement came after 460 days of the war, or 15 months of the devastating war between Israel and Hamas, that the ceasefire finally took effect. The ceasefire will be taking place in 3 phases. So the ceasefire has come into effect, although it was a few hours delayed after the scheduled time. But this is a very, very significant moment. It marks a critical moment in the conflict that has reshaped the entire West Asia. So 15 months of the devastating war between Israel and Hamas, and now finally the hostages who have been in captivity for 15 months now have been released. In return, Israel has also released over 90 Palestinian captives. These agreements have been agreed upon after months of the diplomacy by Egypt, Qatar, as well as the United States. But it aims to halt the bloodshed, and the release of the hostages is the first phase towards the hope in the region.